Hi guys, welcome back. This is Hey DIY Knitting Podcast, where me, Heidi, does some DIY, mostly knitting. And oh, there is a bug. Today we have this special edition of Knitting Would You Rather, and you submitted some very fun theoretical questions on my Instagram. And if you would like to be part of these kind of videos in the future, go check my Instagram and follow me. Is that how you say it? Yes, follow. I am still here at my parents', so I'm recording outside in this beautiful Finnish countryside view. And I have coffee in my brother's old mug with this Angry Bird pigs. I don't know. It is a Finnish brand. So let's begin with your questions. This is going to be interesting one. Have something nice to drink and your favorite knitting project at the moment, and we'll get into things. This might get a bit juicy. Would you rather only knit patterns from My Favorite Things knitwear or only from Petite Knit? And I actually have not knitted anything from My Favorite Things knitwear, I think. So, and I have knitted things from Petite Knit, and I am going to knit things from Petite Knit. So my answer probably should be Petite Knit. I like many My Favorite Things knitwear patterns. Oh, I lied. I have made the Levitate wrap, and it is one of my favorites. Ooh, this will be a tough one. But maybe I'll pick the Petite Knit because one of my favorite sweaters is the Louvre sweater by Petite Knit, and there are so many I would still like to knit. They are timeless, very simple, the patterns are good, and they are size inclusive. So my pick is Petite Knit. Would you rather knit every pattern in German or knit only one designer's patterns for the rest of your life? I would probably have to learn how to speak German. Because I probably couldn't choose only one designer, because there are so many beautiful designs, so many beautiful designers, beautiful work. I just couldn't pick one. So maybe I would just start knitting in German patterns, and I would learn German from them. That is a plan. Would you rather knit only with plant fibers or only with animal fibers, for example, wool? There was kind of similar one, so I'm gonna put these together. It's would you rather knit with animal-based yarns all year around or knit with plant-based yarns all year around? And my pick is always animal fibers because of the properties of wool. I live in Finland and it is cold in here, and I am wearing a merino and mohair sweater, and it's July, so I would pick wool and animal fibers any day. And silk is actually animal based, so I would happily knit with animal based yarns all year because of the properties of silk in the summer and the properties of wool in the winter or autumn. So I'm happily in wool and silk type of girl. Would you rather only knit jumpers that are too tight or socks that are too big? This is actually a horrible question because I have sensory difficulties, and that means that I'm physically very uncomfortable with like something that is too tight or too itchy or has tags, or socks that are rolling in my feet. So it's actually a horrible question. It's very hard to choose, but I would knit socks that are too big, because I would just give them to my husband and not knit any for me. But that is sad. I love wool socks. Or maybe I would just knit socks that fit and buy my jumpers. No, that is not a good answer either. I actually did a poll on this on Instagram, and most of you said that you would knit too big socks. And I probably would do that too. Then I would sadly have to give up on wool socks, but I just cannot imagine going through the work of knitting a sweater or jumper and every time be disappointed that it's too tight and unwearable. But maybe you could block some room into it. Does that count? Well, I say socks that are too big. Sadness. Would you rather knit only for yourself or only for others? And this is actually easy for me, because I have already said earlier that I am a selfish knitter, and I don't actually think that I am selfish because I'm knitting for myself, but that is just a phrase that is used. I enjoy knitting for me, and it is something that I'll do for me, and it is something nice that I'm able to have and do, and it's calming and I can go at my own pace. And I would be so stressed if I had to knit for others all the time. It is just not as pleasurable for me, and it's just no. I would only knit for me. Would you rather knit everything with mohair or never use mohair ever again? Moment of silence for this question. I don't know. You guys are good with questions. I really do like mohair. I like the fuzziness, and it's almost like this dreamy element on clothes. For example, this one would not be the same without the mohair halo, I think. So, but summer tops with mohair, that would not be very practical, I think. But to never use mohair again, I would probably knit everything with mohair. That would be expensive and not really practical, but I would still do it because I enjoy mohair. And you can hold it together or with some other yarn, or you can hold it single and do some... Oh, here is this lamp that I just hit. Or you can hold it single and knit this nice and loose, very open gauge things. So I would do that. This was actually DM'd me in Finnish, and I have to give you a little backstory on what the other color means. But the question is, would you rather give up forest green or marjapuuro color? The word marjapuuro is this certain type of pinkish reddish color, and it means this certain kind of porridge that is made with semolina and lingonberries, and we eat it here in Finland. It can be also called vispipuuro, And it is one of my favorite colors. These two are my favorite colors, and that is why this is evil question. I said that I would rather run away than answer this, but now I have to choose. I would rather give up forest green because the muted pinks are my ultimate favorite colors on me. I love how forest green looks, and I'm looking at forest green here on the other side of the screen right at this moment, and it is so calming and nice. But maybe I would just be head to toe Marjapuuro pink. That would maybe look a bit crazy, but it makes me happy, so yes. Have a sip. Would you rather have neck pain or hand pain? This was interesting because the joke's on you. I have both already. I have this genetic disorder where my connective tissue does not work properly, and I already have arthritis in my neck and pain in my finger joints and wrists and so on. And I would say from my own experience that hand pain is more manageable because you use your neck in everything. You cannot do anything when your neck is very painful. You just need to lie down and support your neck with pillows and something. I actually cannot knit without supporting my neck, so I need to be like leaning back at least like this much, like in this angle, and then support my neck so it does not hurt, at least that much. And yeah, I will get a horrible migraine if I knit like this and look like a shrimp. So yeah, my pick would be hand pain from these two horrible horrible options. Would you rather only knit with fixed needles or only knit with interchangeable needles? My head would like to say interchangeable needles, but I have actually never tried them. So maybe it would be a poor judgment, because I don't know. I don't have interchangeable needles. I would like to have, but I don't. But somehow the amount of fixed needles I need to have to knit all the different kinds of projects seems like a bit wasteful for me. I'm totally not judging anyone. You can use whatever makes you the most comfortable and happy. But maybe I would say interchangeables. Are there any downsides to them? Tell me. Would you rather knit every winter garment with summery yarn or every summer garment with wintry yarn? This goes well in line with the animal-based or plant-based fibers and so on. That is a good question, because there is some child that is not mine that is yelling. Well, I am outside, so it might be my own fault. As I said, I live in Finland, and winter garments made out of summery yarns would probably not work well. But we also have quite warm days. It has gone up to 30 degrees Celsius this summer, and you don't want to wear wintry yarns when it's 30 degrees. So neither of them would work. And I like to make things that work for me, so this is a very hard question. I would just like to bend the rules a bit. My mind is going like, maybe if I knit long-sleeved summer garments. But then they are not summer garments, they are winter garments. But woolen t-shirts might work for me in the winter. But maybe I would just knit winter garments with summer yarns, because the long sleeves keep you warm, even though the fiber is not like super woolen and scrumptious. It is my new favorite word. I don't know. Tell me, what would you pick? Because this is hard. My nose is still a bit stuffy because I was sick. And my coffee is getting cold. But we still have questions. Would you rather knit with yarn you hate but colors you like, or with yarn you love but colors you hate? These are just getting worse and worse. As I said, I have these sensory sensitivities and difficulties, and I cannot. There is like I'm going on goosebumps. There's goosebumps everywhere when I even think about touching acrylic yarn. And this does not mean that I judge people who knit with acrylics. Maybe it is the only thing that is available for them, or maybe someone just likes it. But for me, it is the nightmare because of the sensory things. I can almost hear the sound that comes when I touch it. Ooh. So I probably couldn't realistically knit with yarns I hate, because it would turn my beautiful stress release hobby into this stress mess, and no. But what would I do if I would have to knit with yarn that I love but colors I hate? I don't necessarily hate any color, but I just wouldn't use them on me, and then I would have to knit for others, and I don't know if I would do it. And would it just hurt my eyes to look at something that is very bright and not me, and have to... I don't know, these are so hard. I say that I would knit with yarn I love but colors I hate, and I don't know, overdiet. I'm bending the rules constantly. Would you rather only knit neutrals or only knit colored knits? I would miss my Marjapuuro pink color, but I think I would still only knit neutrals because I seem to wear them the most. And, well, I don't know. Color is a very broad spectrum. And what are considered neutrals? Because somehow I think that like forest green can be a neutral, and navy can be a neutral, even though they are colors. So maybe it means, excuse me, birdie, you are being rude. What are you doing? Go away. They are serenading there. Hopefully you can still hear me. My thoughts are just interrupted all the time, and I cannot get my words out. But yeah, I would need to know what we mean by neutrals. And if I could pick my neutrals, I would probably just knit neutrals and not colors. Maybe. Because it would go with everything. But I also love pinks. I would pick neutrals. Would you rather knit only for your daughter or only for your husband? This is easy. I would knit for my daughter just because she is smaller and I would get more projects done, and she gets excited about pinks. And if I would only knit for my husband, I would only have to knit with blues because he does not wear anything else than blue. He's like head to toe blue. So I would knit for my daughter because I would get to work with pinks and lilacs and so on. Would you rather have unlimited yarn supply but only be able to knit simple repetitive patterns, or have limited amount of luxurious hand-dyed yarn but be able to only knit intricate complex designs? Well, this is hard because unlimited yarn supply sounds like my jam, but sometimes I find it very hard to just knit very simple things because I get bored. And it is easier for me if there is something like broken rib or a seed stitch, something, moss stitch. But this might be unpopular opinion, but sometimes hand-dyed yarns are a bit too variegated or speckly for me. I like speckles, but I like them to be like gently speckled, so the overall look is kind of uniform still. But I like luxurious yarns. But this is the thing, I'm not sure if I am one for intricate complex designs either. I would like to have something between. So, and especially hand-dyed yarn with some complex designs. But if I get unlimited yarn supply, then I would have also the luxurious hand-dyed yarn. Am I correct? Loophole. So I would pick the unlimited yarn supply and knit some simple patterns. Usually they are still the best stress relief, at least for me. Would you rather only knit at night or only knit left-handed? I don't know how to knit left-handed, so I would probably have to become a nocturnal animal or something, because I am not a night person. I will fall asleep at 9 p.m. very happily and wake up at 6 a.m. That would be hard, but I'm pretty sure my left hand would not cooperate with the left-handed knitting, and it would not be the stress release and nice hobby that I have right now if I would have to start learning everything left-handed, I think. So I would knit at night. That would probably mean that I wouldn't knit that much, but what can you do? Would you rather only knit 2 short or cropped tops or 2 open necklines? Why are there only bad options? I would probably go with the cropped tops because I find it's easier to style them with like high-waisted pants and skirts and maybe over dresses and so on than to have too open neckline that would like show everything. I don't especially enjoy the layering, that there is like some simple top under the thing with open necklines. If you do, that is fine, but it is just not for me. It easily looks a bit too fuzzy for me. So I would pick so I would have to knit too short or cropped tops and sweaters. Would you rather knit patterns only by Finnish designers or only by foreign designers? Birdie, please stop. Thank you. I would of course like to support Finnish designers and Finnish work and the people behind the brands. But if I look at the things I am actually knitting and the things that I have on my knitting queue, I would have to say that foreign designers, Finnish designers have beautiful patterns, and there are probably so many designers that I don't even know of. But at the moment, I would have to pick. Foreign designers, because that is just what I have on my mind right now. If you know, I just have this huge list of patterns that I would like to knit, and that would mean that I would never be able to knit like the levitate wrap ever again, or some of my favorite tops, or so on. Or I would never be able to knit this again. This is Cardi Jumper by Ines Oliveira, aka Vert Knit. And I just love her patterns. I would like to knit them. So I would have to pick foreign designers. I'm so glad I really don't have to pick anything. This is just a hypothetical would you rather. And that is the beauty of this. I really don't have to choose. I can just knit whatever I want with whatever yarn I have and whatever patterns I want. And gratitude. Would you rather only knit one specific type of item, for example socks or hats, for the rest of your life, or be able to knit anything you want but have to frog every project after completion? That is just cruel. I would probably have to become a sock knitter again. I was a sock knitter for a long time, and it took me years to make my first sweater, even though I had skills, but I just was happy knitting socks. So I would probably have to do that again, since nothing would be more mortifying than finishing up a beautiful sweater, maybe in mohair, and then you would have to frog it. I actually hate frogging, like the act of frogging. I still do it quite a bit, because if I'm not satisfied with the project, I will rather frog it and make some changes, or I will just frog it and repurpose the yarn, because what is the point if I don't use it or if I don't love it? But if I would have to frog every project after completing it, that would be cruel. this was a cruel question. I probably couldn't do it for my mental health, and I would never get to use them. I would just knit a sweater and not use it and forget. No. So I would probably knit socks and be a bit unhappy sock knitter. Maybe I would enjoy it again. This is the last question, and I find it's funny. Would you rather only knit with a single color for the rest of your life, or have to knit with every color available in the rainbow in every project you make? Oh, can you imagine that you would every project you have would have to be rainbow colored? And there's like every color of the rainbow in every single project. It would be funny if you would be head to toe rainbow looking. And that is a vibe, but that is not my vibe. So I would have to pick a single color, and that would probably be the Marjapura pink, or if I was smart, it would probably something like this kind of a little bit tinted white, or some beautiful brownie beige, or something neutral. But knowing me, it would probably be the muted pink, and then I would just be head to toe pink again. So that would be fun. And I can already imagine myself walking around with pink all over. Special thanks to Charlotte from Another Knitting Tale. She had so many so challenging questions, and this video would have not been the same without her questions. And thank you everyone for submitting your questions. This was very fun. I just feel like I was speeding through this process. I hope this wasn't like too quick and like rapid fire, but I don't know, if I didn't have anything more to say, then I guess it's fine. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed, and please leave some responses to these same questions down below. You can pick the hardest one that was hardest for you and answer that in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video or have enjoyed some of my other videos, please subscribe and remember to like the video so maybe someone else can see this video too. Thank you for joining me, and we will see you very soon. Bye!